Hello to all my friends and family, and welcome to Jim's 5am Club. And I welcome you here from Circular Quay. I'm just down here where the tram stop is, and I guess what we'll do is we'll just do a traditional walk and talk and chat about a topic that I've got near and dear to my heart. Let's have a peek through here. As you can see the Harbour Bridge through there. And what I want to talk to you about today is just the gift of parenting. The gift of parenting, just feeling a bit reflective today. And I look back over my life, and I guess one of the greatest responsibilities that I enjoyed in my life was being a parent. Because I guess through parenting you get to learn more about yourself than any other activity that comes your way, because parenting enables you to learn how to sacrifice, how to be patient, how to share, and how to deal with multiple challenges, problems, and how to manage not only your time, but the time of your partner, the time of your children, and all of the conflicting challenges that we have coming our way. Because when you're a parent, now you have a responsibility and an accountability to your children, but also to your partner, to your parents, to your friends, to your relatives. And it is a huge project, but as my spiritual father always reminds me, it is very salvific, because by being a good parent and by taking parenting seriously, you do learn about God's love. And God's love is basically unconditional love. So regardless of what happens along the way, you continue to express your love and to work with your partner and your children to bring out not only the best in them, but also the best in yourself and the people around you. Anyway, one of the things I want to focus on today is one thing that I absolutely loved was watching my children play sport and being there to enjoy their growth and development. And I remember one of the great lessons that we shared as a family was the importance of getting off to a good start and just doing whatever you need to do to achieve a personal best. So the focus, or an important focus for children, what I've learned as a parent, is not to compare them to other children, to other people's performances, but to compare them to their own performances. And one of the absolute beauties of Little Athletics was that all the children received times and measurements on each and every one of their performances, and the goal was for them to stretch themselves to do better and better each week. And I remember working with both Catherine and Artemis, and our catch cry back then, especially in the sprint races, was to get off to a good start, stay in front, and keep in front. So whilst coming first wasn't important, and I want to stress that as a parent, you don't want to pressure your children to always be the best, but what you want to do is pressure them to be the best that they can be. So one thing for sure and for certain, I wanted my children to be competitive. So we sat, we chatted, we coached each other, and as I said, I made sure that they got a good start. So in the sprint races, the key was to explode out of the blocks, get off to a fast start. Because what we've learned over time is that if you don't get a good start, then you've basically missed the opportunity, and it's too hard to catch up once you get off to a lethargic or a slow start. So the catch cry was get off to a good start, so get in front and stay in front. Let me repeat that. Get in front and stay in front, which means you need to keep on fighting, keep on pushing, and make sure that you fight all the way to the finish and don't give up beforehand. Even if somebody's in front of you, even if you're running last, you need to keep on pushing yourself to get to that finish line. The other important lesson that came out of Little Athletics was that I always told my children that when it came to the finish of a race, they needed to make sure that they pushed themselves to put as much different distance between them and their opposition, because if ever they were caught in a photo finish, chances are that they would always finish second. So a very important lesson, a very important life lesson there was, and you see this lesson in the elections in the US. It's important to win by a decent margin so that nobody can say, oh, it was too close to call, it was a dead heat, and although you beat me, you didn't beat me by much. So the lesson in life for all of us is to do the hard work, to do the training, so that you can push as hard as you can to win, or to do as well as you can by the best possible margin, so that the person who comes second or third, or the person who comes after you, has a big enough gap so that they can acknowledge and realise that you were a better performer than what they were. So once again, the lesson is, don't get caught up in dead heats, don't get caught up in close finishes. Make sure you push hard, keep on pushing hard to have as big a gap at the finish as you can, so that there's no confusion. Because if there is confusion, as I said, chances are you won't win the photo finish. So that was a little metaphor, little analogy, just to make sure that my children always worked hard, always prepared hard, so that they would finish as strongly as they could. So when they look back over the result, they didn't say to themselves, oh, if only I just pushed myself right at the end, I could have won that photo finish. My message to all children, not only to my children, but to everybody, is to push yourself as hard as you can so that you can win by the biggest margin you can. Don't leave anything on the track, and don't give anybody, especially when you're competing, a hope that they can pip you on the post. Anyway, I think that's enough for me today on that sort of topic. But as I said, I thoroughly enjoyed being a parent, and most importantly, I loved being by my children's side at all their sporting contests, to cheer them on, to chat to them beforehand, to talk to them afterwards, and we learned so much. I learned so much about myself, and hopefully my children learnt a little bit more about life and how to get the best they can out of their own performances. Anyway, thank you once again for joining me on Jim's 5am Club. It's an absolute pleasure to get out and about and to mix it up with different topics different discussions every day. But I look forward to coming to you again tomorrow from another location with another message where we can either reminisce, learn something new, or share some of our experiences so that we can all benefit. Anyway, take care. Thanking you once again, and let's finish off with a positive affirmation. I'm alive, I am well, and I feel absolutely great. To my friends and family, stay connected, stay relevant, and most importantly, try and become a parent, because it is such a wonderful experience, such a challenge, and you will learn more about yourself than through any other activity that you ever do in life. As my spiritual father says, it's very salvific. And for those who are coaching children, make sure you teach them to start well, and so get in front and stay in front for as long as they can, and to compare themselves to their own performances. But it's also important to benchmark yourself against other people, against your peers, to give you a sense of where you sit in terms of your performance as well. Because baselining, benchmarking, and personal bests are all required in order for us to each and every one of us, to grow and develop and to become the best possible version we can of ourselves. Yasas, and we'll chat again. Bye for now.